channel, welcome back to another video. I'm Messy Jessie and you're watching. Hello and welcome to my 7th, or is it my 8th, Spilling Positivity on BookTube video. This is a video that I do every single month in collaboration with SipsBy, which is a tea subscription company, and they have a website where you can create a tea flavor profile talking about your interests and what kind of teas you think are the most delicious, and each and every month they send you teas based off of your preferences, and they take your ratings into account when sending you future teas, so literally every box just gets better and better. This video is going to be a little bit different than the way I usually structure these videos. For every tea that I unbox, I also shout out a booktuber. It's just my way of giving back to the booktube community that I love so deeply and so dearly. But for the last 3 weeks, I've been out of town. I was just having some personal issues and I just needed to go home and be with my family in Michigan. So that's what I have been doing, and I really needed that rest and recuperation, and I'm continuing my self-care now that I'm back at home. But because of that, I didn't have time to coordinate the booktube shout out portion of the video that I usually do. So instead of doing booktube shout outs, I'm going to be talking about some books that have brought me joy over the last couple of months. The last thing that I want to say before we jump right into the video is that SipsBy has now started a collaboration with ShareASale. I believe that I'm saying that right. I'll leave the link down below, but it's really freaking exciting. I'm geeked about it because those of you who've been wanting to try SipsBy or who are just now hearing about it and really want to try, and for those of you who want to support my channel, I will leave a link down below, and if you sign up for SipsBy using the link in my description, I get a commission for it, which is great because I'm working on being able to sustain myself from my channel alone, because this channel nothing makes me happier than YouTube, and I know that my dream is to be able to sustain myself just off of my YouTube channel alone. So if that is something that you are interested in helping me with, definitely utilize that link below and get yourself a SipsBy subscription. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the unboxing. So the first thing that I see is the little card. It says July teas, and on the back of the card it tells you how to steep the teas, for how long, etc., what temperature of water they should be boiled in. As always, they include these little muslin cloth bags, which are for your loose leaf teas. Okay, so the first tea that I see, I have 4 pouches of this turmeric spice tea by Vahdam Teas. I actually really love green and gold as a color combination. So this tea is from India, and it is authentic masala chai. Yes, okay, y'all know that I love chai. I'm not a big coffee fan, and so chai is my go-to. This has turmeric, cinnamon, ginger, cardamom, black pepper, lemongrass, and bergamot extracts. Yo, I'm so excited about that. Okay.
And now they're all over the floor. Good job, Jessie.
So the first book that I'm going to be spilling some hot, scalding positivity all over is none other than Love Boat Taipei by Abigail Wen. I was not expecting to love this YA contemporary romance at all, and it's probably going to be one of my favorite books of the year. This is about Ever, who is an Asian American girl, and she's not super connected to her Asian heritage, which concerns her parents, so they send her to a summer camp in Taipei. And this is just a summer camp for kids to continue to study and prepare themselves for college. It's really not a fun and games thing, but kids will be kids. So at the summer camp, Ever gets into a whole lot of trouble, like more trouble than she's ever been in her entire life. She meets all these people, she's having all these new experiences. The book is about love triangles and navigating sex and college and culture and what it means to inhabit 2 different national identities. This is the first book that I've ever read where I actually cared about the love triangle and was actually invested in all sides of the love triangle. It was so good. The audiobook was freaking phenomenal, and honestly it blew by. It's a book that I'm going to be rereading. I have a copy on its way to me and I'm so excited for it. I highly recommend this book. It made me so happy. I connected so much with Ever in particular, but with a few other characters as well. Highly recommend. Okay, the next tea that we have here is it's by Healthy Teas is the name of the company, and it looks like this, and I'm guessing it's some sort of floral tea, because I don't know if you can see, but it looks like there's some blue flowers in there. Oh my God, thank you, Jesus. Okay, so this is dried lavender, dried chamomile, and dried chrysanthemum. It's like they're trying to make sure I never leave this apartment again. If you wanna make sure that I stay home, send me a tea like this. I'm so excited. The next book that I would like to spill some hot, scalding positivity all over is none other than Start Where You Are by Mira-Lee Patel. I love Mira-Lee Patel's books. They are the only self-help books that I feel comfortable with. And basically, she's really well known for her watercolor art. And each page has some helpful quote and then a creative journaling prompt, as well as this like really beautiful watercolor art. The questions that she gives to you in order to ruminate on are so introspective and reflective, and they aren't cheesy. They really dig deep into where you are in your life and where you want to be, and I just absolutely love that. So one example of a prompt is list 4 times you continued to try even though the odds were against you. And what I like to do is I will take a page, like this is a quote page, I'll rip this literally right out of the book and I will paste it into my bullet journal and I will fill out the prompt there, or I will just keep the art in my bullet journal. And for me, that's what works for me, as opposed to me working in this book. I like transferring pages over into my bullet journal. Highly recommend all of her self-help books. I think that they're really great. So the next tea in the box, this is by Driftwood Tea Company. It is called Fortune Cookie. It's a black tea and it contains almonds. It's got almond, coconut, and natural flavors. That's freaking awesome. I love the packaging for this too. It's very classic. I'm pretty geeked about this just because of the almonds. I'm not a huge black tea person, but if there's something in the black tea to get me interested, like the almonds and the coconut flavors, I love coconut tea, okay? I'm coconutty. So the next book that I'm gonna spill some hot, scalding positivity all over is none other than Black Flamingo by Dean Atta. And this was given to me by my friend Joe of Average Joe Reads. You know me so freaking well, Joe. Thank you so much for sending me this book. This is a coming of age story about a young biracial Black and Greek boy living in the United Kingdom who is coming to terms with his queerness and the fact that he wants to be a drag performer. First of all, it's told in verse, which is amazing. The prose in this book is phenomenal. It's perfectly balanced. It's not pretentious. But it's still robust at the same time. And I love that this book starts with our protagonist as a child and then takes him into adulthood. And we literally get to see him blossom like a flower. It's freaking amazing. And it's all about loving your body and your queerness and coming to terms with things like your masculinity and what that means for you. I just found that it was such an explorative book, and the parts about gender nonconformity really hit home for me personally. Another thing that I really love about this is that it's freaking illustrated. This is one of the more chill illustrations, but I know a lot of people were listening to the audiobook and were really shocked when I talked on Instagram about how it's illustrated. So I highly recommend getting the physical copy so that you can see these amazing illustrations. I'm trying to find my favorite one. I don't know where it is. It's not my favorite one, but this is one of my favorites. Just this hand and the message that it conveys. I just love this freaking book, okay? All right, and the last tea that we have here in the box is, ooh, okay, so this is a tea company that I really love. This company sent me a tea called, I think it was Candy Cane Crush for Christmas, and it was amazing. It was a tea that had literal peppermint candy bits in it, and then they also make a s'mores tea that is phenomenal. So I'm definitely gonna try this one first. This is called Queen of Tarts. It is a fruity, tart, and invigorating tea made with hibiscus gayusa, I don't know how to say that word, marigold petals, stevia extract, and natural blackberry flavoring. And this is the packaging. This is probably not a tea that I would pick out for myself, but Sips By literally never steers me wrong. There was a tea in my last Sips By box. If you watch that video, you'll know the one I'm talking about. I can't remember the name, but I was really skeptical of it. And then I tried it and it was freaking bomb. It was some sort of licorice and peppermint blend, and I was really skeptical, but it was la creme de la creme, you know what I'm saying? The last book that I'm gonna talk about, we read in June for the non-binary book club that I run, and this is The Future of Another Timeline. It is by a non-binary author named Annalee Newitz, and this is a science fiction novel about time-traveling lesbians. So, I mean, it's great, it's radical, it's inclusive of non-binary bodies, but it also will make you think, and it raises so many moral and ethical questions, and there's just so many things about this book that I absolutely freaking loved. And I also feel like the cover, like the colors used on the cover, are very intentional references to the trans flag. I totally could be wrong.
But I don't think that I am.
And there's so many messages too about power structures and oppression and how to overcome and how to defeat your oppressors that I really, really loved. There's a line in here that I adore. The individuals in the book are talking about this really oppressive figure who's gotten a lot of power. And they say, one of them says, he is an individual who has convinced other individuals that he represents something more. Applies very well to certain figures in our society. President Trump. COVID. So that is gonna do it for this video. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because I would absolutely love it if you became a part of my bookish family. All of my social media links will be in the description box below, along with the tea discount codes for the teas that I have mentioned and the link, the share a sale link if you are interested in supporting me and my channel as well as Sips By. Thank you for watching another Bow Ties and Books production. Stay safe and I can't wait to see you in my next one.